This is Pat McDonald, your host for Banter and Beans, where we ask the question, what is brewing in Vermont? And in this case, what is brewing in Montpelier? Because my guest today is actually a co-host on this show, Pelin Kohn. Pelin, welcome.
Hi, thank you. Being with you is always very nice.
Pelin announced that she was running for, I think it's Washington District 4?
Yes,
for
that's
the House of Representatives. And yet, you're also on the City Council, which is District 2. So I was very confused. But anyway, I'm sure the voters know what they're doing here. But I wanted Pelin to talk on the show tonight about why she's running, a little bit about her background, and the things that she's accomplished over the years. So there you go. Maybe you could introduce yourself to people with a candidate hat on.
Yeah. So thank you again for creating this opportunity for me to talk about my ideas and my life story a little bit. So I moved to the United States in 2017. And my husband had a job offer. That's why we moved to Vermont, and we moved to Montpelier because of the school system. By then, my kids were in 6th grade and 4th grade, so we thought, okay, wherever we need to live from now on, it should be really related to their education. And because they will go to public schools, it was very important for us to pick a good town. I know other towns has good schools, but because our jobs were in Northfield and the Montpelier is the closest way, so we picked Montpelier for our new home. And I don't know how 8 years passed, but I remember when we moved here, it was, I think, July 7th, and it was raining by then too. Like 8 years ago, it was raining. This year it is raining during July.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So I remember like myself coming to our new house, and we didn't have our furnitures or anything because we were using the like shipping. So we arrived before then. All of our things came 3 or 4 months later than us.
Months?
Yes.
I don't want to know. What did you do?
Yeah, it was like really, we bought a inflatable bed. We were like sleeping on it, and we didn't have any furniture. We got like couple picnic chairs and TV. We did buy huge TV. Like we didn't have anything, no furniture, no kitchen things, nothing. But we have a really big TV, so it was very important.
In my house, that's important.
Yeah. So, and it was really like literally an empty house. We moved in, and like I thought, okay, I can live anywhere because I'm very social, like I can make friends easily. But after living like first 6 months, they were very, very challenging because you can bring your books, like your chairs, your furnitures with you, but you cannot bring all the life experience you built and you work so hard with you, because none of those experience can fit in a luggage.
Well, that's
right?
True, right?
And I remember myself sitting at the kitchen table and like trying to figure out, okay, what is this tax system? Because I am coming from Turkey, and like it was really different. Turkey is more established based on European culture, mostly like French culture. So our tax system is different, health system is different, like everything is so different. And I was just like thinking, okay, like what can I do? I was 40 years old when I moved here, and like 40 years of experience just gone, right? I have no friends, no family, no network. I didn't work in the first year. I was looking for a job, but I couldn't find anything that I really want to do. And then I said, okay, I will stay at home, take care of my kids, and like somebody has to drive them around, right? So TV, then driving license. I had told them right away.
Priorities.
Yeah, so, and the third thing I did, like, okay, how can I learn everything? Then I can be more part of it. And I start attending a senior center workshops and like classes they offer. So it was very, very nice for me. I kind of feel belong to this community, but again, like starting from
zero.
Yeah, zero. And like it happens to, I think, most of us when we move into a new state new town, when we change our job. So I think people understand me so well because it is hard trying to build everything from scratch, and it makes you so resilient. And when I was like serving on the city council and flood happened to Montpelier, we used that resiliency so many times. And personally, I know what we are talking about, because resiliency for me, or most of the people, either immigrants or like Americans to move from one place to another, it's not a slogan, it's real. And like being resilient is like learning everything from scratch, and then it creates opportunities. So when I think about resiliency, I don't think about, oh yeah, we need to start over. No, it's really giving some good ideas to you, some opportunities, because when you are really trying to figure out this, you are very creative.
Right.
So you are just like using everything you could to build a new thing for yourself. And after attending all this like classes and volunteering, I volunteer for one of the Montpelier City public committees, social justice and and I think I volunteered for them for 4 years. Then I ran for a District 2 seat at the City Council, and then I ran for my second term. Now it has been 3 years.
That's great.
And I learned a lot. And then what I realized, State House 5 minutes away from City Hall. As a City Council, we are trying to do so many things to create change, to improve.
Well, I think you're still recovering a little bit from the flood, too. I just read an article the other day about how these businesses are still struggling.
Yeah. And especially during the flood. And sometimes my friends make fun of me. Can't you find a better time to serve? Like 2 floods.
Yeah, right.
And it was after COVID.
Yeah.
Like it was really, really still challenging, but it was, I said, I have so many stories to tell. So then, what I was talking about, like I realized that although Montpelier is the capital of the state, right? We do so many things, but there is some kind of invisible gap between state and municipal governments. And being part of the municipal government as an elected official, I thought, wait a minute, like we are trying to do the same thing, but we are so away from us. So one of the most important thought came to my mind when people asked me, do you consider running? I said, it took me a little bit, like 3 months to think about and decide. But I said, I want to do this because I want to create a bridge between between our city and the state level. I want to see state level elected officials more in the municipal government side. They are doing a lot of things, but most of the time we see them once a year or twice a year. And I understand everybody is working so hard, but at the same time we need to be in the same room so we can do the same things, like all together as a big team. Because
there's very few of them. I was on the select board in my town, and then I served in the legislature. So I had both experiences, but I don't think there are that many that really understand municipal government, how it truly works on a day-to-day basis. And every town is a little different. There's not a cookie cutter. Exactly. So if we can, again, like there are so many great opportunities for us to work together, but if we can make it like a cultural thing, that it shouldn't be dependent on one person, but like it will be, it doesn't matter which level you are serving as an elected official. We are just like a big team, right? And in different levels, not like a hierarchical, but like different levels of all
different
serving
teams.
The same people.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought, I think I can do that because I know the city, municipal government part. I know the city councilors. I know the city staff. And also because I attended so many different training for women who want to run for
Oh,
office.
right.
I have that kind of network. Some of my group cohort members, they are already serving as an elected official. Some of them are running this election. So I think I have a good group of people, if I'm elected, to work with, at least to start working with. And also this experience of the city council, being an elected official here, also will give me some like a better perspective to see things in a different way, and again to create that bridge between municipal government and state level.
Yeah, because I watched Ted Brady when he comes up to testify. He's head of the League of Cities and Towns, and he struggles a little bit trying to explain how different, you know, that it's not just one shoe fits all or whatever the expressions are, but he really struggles sometimes with explaining to them because they haven't been there. And it's hard because he does a great job.
And also I really love that we have this democracy because democracy for me, it's like, again, like resilient opportunity, and like anybody can feel they can run for any office. Like me coming here 8 years ago, being part of Montpelier community, and like thinking, thinking that I can run for this office.
America.
This is like so. I don't know. Sometimes I think I wrote about this, like how democracies are declining in all over the world, and we need to be very careful to defend it every day, not wait until the last minute. Every day. That's why it is so important, I think, for all of us to see people on different elected official level coming from different perspective, different background, different life experience. Then I think we can create a more diverse and better community.
Because some of the results of the recent election kind of left some of us a little worried about where democracy was going, because it's something to cherish, and I don't think people have never been without it, so they just accept it and think something else should be better. But I liked your comment on that. That was great. So I just wanted to talk a little bit. We've got about 15 minutes. You held an incredible community discussion. I forget what you called it. It was a community forum. And you held it right up the street here. And you had quite a few people, I thought. And what was very interesting is you had young people there. And if you could tell a little bit about those young people, and they're going to come on the show with us in a couple of weeks, and I was blown away by them and what they wanted from their life and their experiences.
Thank you for saying nice things about that event. I really enjoy, and I am like really so grateful all the people came, because that day was like the weather was so nice, and there were like elementary and middle school graduation, so we were really competing so many good things, which is great.
I was surprised you had so many people there. I thought that was great.
I was very happy like hearing from people and also sharing different ideas to each other. But the group came from, they are called themselves Clubhouse, and their idea is they want to build a youth-led initiative, and they want to offer different workshop and education and art activities, but they can explain in a better way. So the funny thing is that they were doing like social media announcements, and my daughter went to some kind of workshop with one of the people and Alara, my daughter's name, she said, "Mom, like this person is so cool, and you are doing all this work with youth." I initiated youth committee at the city of Montpelier, and I've been working with middle schooler and high schoolers. So we did so many things. That's why, like my daughter, oh my God, you need to meet with her. Then we met, and I really impressed with her level of maturity and ideas and everything. And then I said, you know what? I want to invite you to this event. Come, you can meet with people and you can express your ideas, because youth is so important for me, young people. And I have a 20-year-old and an 18-year-old kids. And I see them, sometimes we talk, and especially my daughter, like being a young woman, right? I can relate more not because I'm young anymore, but being a woman and she's a young
once.
woman. Yeah. So I hear from her, like most of them, I don't see anyone who represents me, right? She's so active and everything, but when it is like voting, she's like hesitant because she sees all these different people, but not really good representation of herself. So that's why I work with young people a lot. I want them to be included more to the decision making. And when I hear that, oh my God, we are doing this, I said, I want to be part of it. Just let me know, how can I help you? And come and I can introduce you to people. And you heard them.
Well, I did. I was blown away by her
they were-
question to you.
yeah.
And then we went on to other stuff, and I'm like, no, wait a minute. Who is this kid? I mean, she was great. And what she said, I wrote it down because I thought, she said, young people. I asked somebody here tonight, well, how do you refer to somebody in their they're young to me. But anyway, she said that they want a sense of belonging, that's very important, and want to have a purpose in what they're doing, that whatever they're doing should be meaningful and serve a purpose. I thought, you want to talk mature, she should come down and talk to the legislators and express that to them. I mean, just a belonging and purpose. That's great.
Yeah.
I was blown away. I'm glad they're going to come on. I think that's going to be a good show. And you obviously have a great relationship with them, which was nice.
Yeah, because again, like I'm very grateful they accepted me,
Yeah, well.
like being part of their dream.
Yeah.
So I think we will hear more from them, and
yeah.
I'm very happy that, as you were saying, they are coming and explaining their ideas to all
Because there
of
were
us.
2 boys and 2 girls, and I think Jasmine was the one that was asked that question that I was like, whoa, who's this young lady?
Yeah, Jasmine is my daughter's friend, so and she's doing a lot of great things, and again, I'm sure that we will hear a lot from them.
That's great.
So.
I hope so. So a woman, was there an older woman, asked you what your priorities were, and could you tell our listeners what those priorities are?
Yeah. So again, like the idea behind why I am running is I want to create that bridge between municipal government and state level. And also as a state rep, I want to be more active in the community, and I want people to share their input anytime, not only during the legislature time, like from January to June.
Right.
So I have this kind of idea, like being available every day of the year, not only for 5 months. So that's the like a main reason I want to run. But in terms of priorities, affordability is like rising, like all this like cost of living.
Yeah.
It's really, again, like we moved it 8 years ago. Now when I look at my tax, like my bills, and I try to like, I don't know if like even if I change how many glasses I'm wearing,
but still the same.
the number is the same. I said, no, it can't be true.
We're eating different at home.
Yeah.
We were big steak eaters, not anymore.
Yeah,
You have to make decisions while you're looking at the food you like to eat. Like, nope.
Because like affordability is like, sometimes people think that, it is such a buzzword, right? Yeah, it might sound like that, but it's reality. And to me, if we don't deal with it, we don't have to talk any other things, because if we cannot afford to live in Montpelier or Vermont, then what will happen? Like we cannot talk about tax. We cannot talk about roads or schools. And I know that from my network, so many people are planning to leave.
Oh, I know that too.
Because they cannot afford to be part of this community, which is very scary, right? That's why I want to start with affordability, and all other things, like my another priority is housing, and the other is economic development, and also I want to make government really working for people, like being more accessible and like having more inclusion, and also reporting back on a like a regular schedules, right? And climate is also climate resilience, because I've been working about it like while I'm on the council. But all of them, housing, economic development, like even government or climate resilience, it's all connected to the affordability. That's why I always start with affordability. And then I can talk about other things, like how I can create, like we can create more affordable living standards. We need to keep people who live in the state and in Montpelier. And most of the working class people like me or middle class, who are middle class people, teachers, nurses, doctors, like all the people who are so important for our community to function well, they cannot afford to live, and they are leaving our towns
we
and
have
our
shortages all over the place.
Yeah.
And I think that even if we pay a little higher taxes, and I don't want to, but if you feel like you're getting your money's worth, and I don't think people, they look at the roads, look at education. You talked about how important school was when you moved in here. It's not going well in education. It's going the wrong direction. And if you felt that we were the top 5 like we used to be, and now we're sort of down by number 35, and that's wrong. And the roads, I mean, just all sorts of things. You're not getting your money's worth, I don't think.
Yeah.
You know, don't you hear that from people? Like, what are we paying for?
Exactly. And that's the thing, like when we talk about housing, I want to support affordable housing, but again, affordable to who, right? And I am favor of like mixed housing, but to keep these people here, again, like middle class, like backbone of our society, we need to create some housing opportunities for them so they can stay. Also, we need to provide opportunities for other people like yourself. Some people say that, I am okay paying a little bit higher taxes, but what I'm getting in return.
Right.
But again, Vermont is such a small state. The population is going down. Montpelier is the same way. And when we think about policies, the numbers is not really working for us.
No.
Because if we want to do all the things we want, we need more people. But to me, yes, let's attract people. I am really like, let's bring more people here. But first thing we need to do, we need to keep the people who are already living here, sending their kids to our public schools, like shopping our downtowns, paying taxes. We are losing them. So it is a little bit like scary for me to see, again, some of my friends, some of my neighbors, people who are on fixed income, retired people.
It's, you know, you retired and said you have X bucks. And it doesn't change much over that's what you've retired on. And then it seems to change a little. Speaking of gap, it's scary. It really is.
So our population is very, very connected to the to create like affordable community. So that's why we need to keep people here. How we can do it? We need to offer them more affordable choices. Right. You were talking about education. Yes, it is. Yeah, I moved here for schooling system and public schools. I don't want to send my kids to private. First, I cannot afford. Second, I want them to be in a supportive community that they can have the same relationship with everybody, right? And the Montpelier schools are great. Academically, they are very good. Socially, they are very good. My kids are, I can say were, because they both graduated now from high school. They were very happy being part of that culture, so it is very good. And with my youth committee, we attended a project called Future of Vermont Education, and there was students from 5 different districts, school districts, and we attended monthly workshop for 2 or 3 hours together every month for 5 months, and they create a report and they presented it to the education committee at the state house. So they did a lot, and what I heard from those students, like young people, they said, look, I live in a very small town, and in my town I don't have so many things to do. My school is only place I can do sports. Like I can have academic work, right? I can be creative. So my school is heart of my town. And if you take it away from us, because we were talking the new education bill, right? And again, I'm not saying that it should be this or that, but I'm just sharing the experience. They say if you take us from our small schools and put us in a bigger regional one, and then we will be lost there because we are very small number of students coming from this specific town.
Yeah, that's for when you're consolidating, they're worried about that.
Yeah, and also they just like they talk about relational communication and like how much relationship they have with their teachers.
Yeah.
It is really important to them. So
at least you're thinking about the kids, if I may, because right now they're thinking about saving money and merging. And meanwhile, the kids are still performing at the level they're performing, and they need to raise that performance up and worry about them.
Yes, so I understand that. I understand that regional structure because in my day job we use the same thing, and I understand the idea behind it. But it will take some time.
No, you're in education during your day job. Could you just talk a little bit about what you do? Because I didn't realize you were a traveling kind of person.
Yeah, so I
have
work...
a PhD in education or...
Education, administration, and planning. Then I'm having my MBA in marketing now. I have 2 more classes left.
Great.
Hopefully I will be done by December. So, and I work, again, regionally. I am advising students who wants to pursue health science career.
Oh, great. And this is community college.
Yeah. Or in science, right? Environmental science or STEM.
The STEM.
So I am helping those students, and because we work as a regional, I'm working with students from Danville, from St. Johnsbury, from Montpelier, from Williamstown, from Cabot, like so many different twin fields, right? I am working with so many different students, and I hear their needs and their dreams.
That's great.
And then their dreams is really related to how much they can afford to be a student. Like when we talk about affordability, it is not only like to be able to afford an education, a degree. It's really, really, like for some people, if they have all the resources, great. Like,
but there's an awful lot that don't.
Yeah.
Wow. And it's just so tough. I feel sorry for them because I think the word is out outside our borders here about how expensive it is here. And I'm hoping that the education word is not out because we are not doing well. And we've got to worry about the kids and how they can get jobs after they graduate and be successful.
Yeah, but in community college, we create such a great opportunities to them. That's why we are working with them to make it more accessible. And it's working. So my students are really happy because they can access all the resources through their education, through their time at CCV.
I've always thought the state, we have to go. I always thought the state should do more work at college level, enticing the kids. Of course, you need jobs. That's a big problem. And you need places to live. But to entice them to stay, I don't think we do as much as we should to entice those kids to stay here. Find out what they want and maybe hopefully create those jobs. Anyway.
And like not only for my workplace, right? And like people go to UVM, right? Or other colleges here. When they graduate, they cannot afford to stay here. Right? So they have all these degrees. They are very talented, very smart kids. But if they want to rent house, first of all, they cannot find to rent, like because housing is so like too little here, right? And if they find a job, if they find a place to stay, then suddenly cost of living is too high. That's why it is so important to keep all these talents here. If we can tell them, look, you can move this place because this place is created for you, right? And then you can pay like this. So it is so...
You can afford it.
Yeah.
Pelin, we have run out of time, but I want to thank you. You've got great energy, great ideas.
Thank you.
And I love that you're focused on the kids and affordability. That's really great. I wish you a lot of luck.
Thank you.
That's good. We'll see you next week. Banter and Beans. See ya.